becomes tempting to say, hey, I'm just going to maybe hide a few things, or I'm not gonna reveal during due diligence some things, and we'll see if we can just let that skate by. It actually behooves a seller to expose their weaknesses in the due diligence process or make them available so that right up front, a buyer can look and say, hey, I understand the strengths, I understand the weaknesses of this business. Businesses traditionally take 9 to 12 months to sell. So you put that business on the market, it's not an immediate deal. There's no instant gratification like we want in this society, right? Human nature says, man, I've just about got this sold, and you start spending the money or reallocating the proceeds in your head. A buyer oftentimes uncovers maybe some less than savory things about your business when you get down near the end of the line. And then they come back to you at the negotiating table and they say, it's time for a concession. I want a concession. I want something for what I've found. And you as a seller are in a position where you're saying, oh man, I don't want to lose this deal. I'm this close. And so as a result, you end up conceding oftentimes. Or you get mad on the other side of the equation, you blow your top, you don't keep your head about you, and you end up blowing up the deal at the end of the game. And if you spend 9 to 12 months of a buyer coming and dealing with your employees or placing an impact on your business, asking for additional documentation of this and that and everything else, and running you through the roller coaster of a transaction, and then they get right down to the end after 12 months and they say, nope, I uncovered something, not interested, I'm out. You've got a problem. The value of the business in the eyes of the marketplace, if this wasn't managed correctly, may have gone down as well, because they're like, we know those guys were under contract to sell. It fell out. There must be a problem with this company. So a weakness can look like an opportunity to a buyer if correctly positioned. And when you position that weakness and say, hey, here's an opportunity, the buyer then says, I've got to strengthen that area. Therefore, I can see my capital investment grow because I know that I can offset this weakness and add value to this business. If a buyer comes to you and can't see any area he can add value, he shouldn't be buying the business anyways. So you need to let the buyer see where the future opportunities are in the business. You can call those weaknesses, but more correctly presented, they're really opportunities.